Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina to inaugurate airport to Farmgate section of Dhaka elevated expressway on Saturday as the stretch is fully prepared for vehicular movement. Universal pension scheme creates ripple effect across the country as people across professions register for the financial security of common man. Students rally at historic Sohrawardi Udyan tomorrow, commemorating Bangabandhu and Bangamata. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina will attend the rally as chief guest. Militant and communal forces hatching conspiracy to oust legitimate government. World leaders can send specialists if they are alarmed over Dr. Yunus's case, says Obaidul Qadir. Dr. Hassan Mahmood holds meeting with the UK Minister for Media Affairs, Sir John Buttingdale, and discusses widening cooperation on resisting rumour and propaganda over social media. Fire engulfs building in Johannesburg, South Africa, killing 73 and injuring dozens more. And deplorable performance by Bangladesh batters as they were bowled out by Sri Lanka for a paltry score of 164 runs in Asia Cup cricket. Assalamu alaikum. This is News at 10 on BTV and BTV World. I'm Mahmoud Rahman. Those were the headlines. Let's move on to the details.
হিন্দু ভাই, খ্রিস্টান ভাই, বৌদ্ধ ভাইদের বলি, তোমাদের উপর এতদিন যে অত্যাচার মাঝে মাঝে হয়েছে সে আমি জানি, ভবিষ্যতে সে অত্যাচার হবে না। মুসলমানের যে অধিকার, এই দেশের হিন্দু, খ্রিস্টান, বৌদ্ধ, সেই অধিকার এই বাংলার মাটিতে হবে।
Dhaka Elevated Expressway is fully prepared for traffic to operate commercially from Hazrat Shah Jalal International Airport to Farmgate via Tejgaon. The elevated expressway is expected to be inaugurated by Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina on the 2nd of September. People from all walks of life believe that the expressway would play a vital role in reducing traffic congestion in the capital. Experts say that authorities should keep eye on the ramps of expressway so that those ramps do not turn into the cause of traffic jams. The 11-kilometre-long expressway from the airport to Farmgate will not allow any 2- and 3-wheeler vehicles on it. It will take only 10 to 12 minutes to reach Tejgaon or Farmgate from the airport using the elevated expressway. Experts said that the expressway will connect the north and southern part of the capital. They also stressed the need for strengthening traffic management system for proper use of the expressway. The Universal Pension Scheme has drawn much attention among people across the country. People from all categories are showing eagerness to get into the scheme. The registration of the Universal Pension Scheme is underway. The government, led by Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, has introduced the pension scheme to ensure economic security of senior citizens of the country. The Premier inaugurated the Universal Pension Scheme on August the 17th. Any citizen of Bangladesh aged between 18 and 50 years can join the scheme, and they will get pension benefits after reaching 60 years of age. The monthly contribution for the scheme is ranging between Dhaka 1,000 and 10,000. Speaker Dr. Shirin Sharmin Chaudhry has said Bangabandhu led the movement against the exploitation and deprivation of Pakistan. Country's independence came following the 24-year-long movement of the father of the nation. She said Bangabandhu carried the spirit of Bangali and Bangladesh in his heart. The speaker said this while addressing a discussion meeting and dua mahfil in the capital today. Southeast University organized the discussion marking the 48th martyrdom anniversary of Bangabandhu and the National Mourning Day. Vice-Chancellor of Southeast University, Professor Dr. A.F.M. Mofizul Islam, chaired the discussion, which was also addressed by Chairman of its Trustee Board, Rezaul Karim, and Advisor, Professor Dr. A.N.M. Meshkatuddin. Dr. Shirin Sharmin Chaudhry said Bangabandhu loved the people of Bangladesh, which was his most powerful strength. Bangabandhu's politics became meaningful due to his immense love for mass people. He is immortal and none can wipe him out, she added. Later, special munajat was offered seeking divine blessings for the departed souls of Father of the Nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, and other martyrs of August 15th. Bangladesh Chhatra League will hold the biggest ever rally tomorrow at historic Sohrawardi Uddan in memory of the Father of the Nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, and Bangamata Sheikh Fazilatunessa Mujib. Awami League President and Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina will attend the rally as the chief guest. Marking tomorrow's rally, all necessary preparations have already been completed. The rally stage, separate entrance gates and pandal in front of the main stage have been installed. Several teams of Bangladesh Chhatra League have been formed alongside the law enforcement agencies to maintain law and order. Central Chhatra League leaders visited the rally ground this afternoon. After visiting the rally ground, Bangladesh Chhatra League President Saddam Hussain said that all leaders and activists of the Chhatra League are firmly united with the spirit of Bangabandhu to build an ideal and rich Bangladesh. Sheikh Wali Asif Inan, General Secretary of the organization, said the rally will be the largest student rally and more than 5 lakh students will join it. Chhatra League leaders said they would give necessary directives at the rally to face anti-liberation forces and anti-state conspiracy. Prime Minister's Deputy Press Secretary Hassan Jahid Tushar, along with the officials of the Prime Minister's office and other leaders of Chhatra League, were present. Awami League General Secretary Obaidul Qadir has said the militant and communal evil forces are busy hatching out conspiracies to overturn the present elected government and destroy the country's democracy. The youth will raise their voice against these evil forces from the students' rally of the Bangladesh Chhatra League, he added. The Awami League General Secretary said this while visiting the venue of students' rally at Sohrawardi Uddan in the capital today.
তারুণ্যের যে ঢল নামতে শুরু করেছে রাজধানী ঢাকা, এটা স্মরণকালের সর্ববৃহৎ ছাত্র সমাবেশে পরিণত হবে বলে আমাদের বিশ্বাস। তারুণ্যের অভিযাত্রা হিসাবে আমরা আজকে দেশে সাম্প্রদায়িকতা, ষড়যন্ত্র, জঙ্গিবাদ, দেশের সঙ্গে গণতন্ত্রের সঙ্গে যে শত্রুতা চলছে, দেশে বৈধ নির্বাচিত সরকারের বিরুদ্ধে যে ষড়যন্ত্র চলছে, এর বিরুদ্ধে একটা প্রতিবাদের ধ্বনিও এখানে উচ্চারিত হবে। তারুণ্যই আজকে প্রতিবাদ করবে, লড়াই করবে, নির্বাচনকে সামনে রেখে নৌকার যে অভিযাত্রা, এই অভিযাত্রায় তারুণ্য অগ্রণী ভূমিকা পালন করবে।
The Road Transport and Bridges Minister said if anyone commits crime, his trial will be held according to the country's law. If anyone has doubt over the trial process of Dr. Yunus, they can send specialists to Bangladesh.
শ্রমিকরা এখানে মামলা করে, আওয়ামী লীগ মামলা করেন। এখন কি আমাদের দেশে কোনো আইন নেই? আইনের শাসন নেই, বিচার ব্যবস্থা নেই, যে কেউ ট্যাক্স ফাঁকি দিলে শ্রমিকের অর্থ, গরিবের অর্থ আত্মসাৎ করলে এই নিয়ে মামলা হবে না, এ ধরনের অভিযোগের বিচার হবে না? কেন কেন এটা স্থগিত করতে হবে? যদি তাদের এ নিয়ে কোনো সংশয় থাকে তাহলে তারা এ বিষয়ে এক্সপার্ট, এক্সপেরিয়েন্সড যা কোনো ফিগার থাকলে, ব্যক্তি থাকলে তারা পাঠাতে পারেন বাংলাদেশে, তদন্ত করুক, তথ্য উপাত্ত বের করুক, এর ভিতরে কি আছে, এ মামলা জাস্টিফাইড কিনা, এটা করতে পারেন। কিন্তু মামলা স্থগিত করতে হবে, এটা কোন আইন?
Awami League Presidium members Advocate Jahangir Kobir Nanok and Abdur Rahman, Joint General Secretary AFM Bahauddin Nasim, Organising Secretaries BM Musammal Haq and Mirza Azam, Office Secretary Barrister Biplab Borua, Chhatra League President Saddam Hussain, General Secretary Sheikh Wali Is Asif Inan and other leaders were present on the occasion. Information and Broadcasting Minister Dr. Hassan Mahmood held a fruitful meeting with UK Minister of State for Media, Tourism and Creative Industries, Sir John Whittingdale, over tackling propaganda and rumours on the social media, as well as extending cooperation involving the mass media. The meeting was held at the office of Sir John Whittingdale in London on Wednesday. Dr. Hassan Mahmood is now visiting London to join PSIF conference, which is a top forum on international security arena with participation of Parliament members of different countries. Sir John Whittingdale outlined the action plan of the UK to tackle propaganda and rumours on social media. He said the UK Parliament passed a law last May to ensure registration of social media service providers. The two ministers have discussed extension of cooperation between Bangladesh and the UK over the mass media and cultural ties, as well as challenges of the mass media. Later, the Information and Broadcasting Minister, Dr. Hassan Mahmood, exchanged views with Chief Patron of Conservative Friends of India, Lord Rami Rangers, at the Carlton Club in London. They discussed different bilateral issues between Bangladesh and the UK. Bangladesh's High Commissioner to the UK, Saida Muna Tasnim, was present on the occasion. US investors are keen to invest in agriculture, automobiles, energy and service sectors of Bangladesh. Finance Minister A.H.M. Mustafa Kamal said this while briefing reporters after a delegation of the US Bangladesh Business Council met him at the Finance Ministry conference room at Bangladesh Secretariat today. ERD Secretary Sharifa Khan, President of US Bangladesh Business Council Atul Keshap and CEO of Accelerate Energy Stephen Kobos was present. Noting that Bangladesh is an unprecedented land of opportunities, the Finance Minister said he had apprised the delegation that Bangladesh is the place for doing business. A.H.M. Kamal informed that the US investors expressed their interest in production and export of soybean oil to Bangladesh. There are no signs of improvement in the dengue situation across the country, with over 2,000 being infected and 17 killed during the last 24 hours. A press release of the Directorate General of Health Services said among the dead 16 were in Dhaka and 1 was outside Dhaka. 2,308 dengue patients were admitted to different hospitals across the country during the last 24 hours. Among them, 875 dengue patients were hospitalized in Dhaka city and 1,433 patients outside Dhaka. Meanwhile, no patient died of COVID-19 in the last 24 hours. The country reported 18 COVID-19 positive cases as 1,235 tested in the last 24 hours. Corona infection rate was reported at 1.46%. The founder of Jago Foundation, Corvi Rakshand, has won the Ramon Magsaysay Award, which is dubbed as Asia's Nobel. The trustee board of the Ramon Magsaysay Award has announced his name this morning. The Ramon Magsaysay Award authorities have awarded Corvi Rakshand as Rising Leader. This year marks the 65th anniversary of the Ramon Magsaysay Award. Corvi Rakshand has been awarded for his role in promoting the underprivileged of the society, spreading light of education among all, and encouraging the youths in changing society. Corvi Rakshand's father, Nurul Akhtar, is Central Vice President of the Jatiyo Samajtantrik Dol, JSD. This year, Robi Khanan of India, Eugenio Lemos of East Timor, and Miriam Coronel Ferrer of Philippines have also won the Ramon Magsaysay Award. Earlier, as many as 12 people from Bangladesh won the Ramon Magsaysay Award.
জাগো ফাউন্ডেশন 16 বছরের যাত্রী অ্যাওয়ার্ডটা পাবে সেটা কখনোই চিন্তা করিনি। অ্যাওয়ার্ড পাওয়া যেরকম খুশির ব্যাপার, সেরকম দায়িত্ব অনেক বেড়ে যায়, এক্সপেকটেশন যেহেতু মানুষের বেড়ে যায়, সো কাজের পরিধিটা আরো বাড়বে। একটা জিনিস যেটা হচ্ছে কি, যে আগে হয়তো আমরা দেশের ভিতরে কাজ করতাম, বাট আমরা চেষ্টা করবো আমাদের যে এই অনলাইন স্কুলের যে মডেলটা বা আমাদের যে ভলেন্টিয়ারিজমের মডেলটা, এটা যদি আসলে আমরা বিশ্বের অন্যান্য দেশেও নিয়ে যেতে পারি, এটা বাংলাদেশের জন্য একটা বিশাল প্রাউড মোমেন্ট হবে যে বাংলাদেশ থেকে ক্রিয়েট করা একটা সলিউশন এখন অন্য দেশে গিয়ে আসলে তাদের প্রবলেমও সলভ করার চেষ্টা করছে।
On now to some international news. At least 73 people have been killed and more than 40 treated for injuries following a fire in downtown Johannesburg, South Africa. Authorities said it's unclear what sparked the blaze at a 5-story building at the city centre. Johannesburg Emergency Management Services spokesperson said the blaze on Thursday morning had gutted a building located in the city's central business district. He said the building was effectively an informal settlement where homeless people had moved into looking for accommodation without any formal lease agreements. Witnesses said there might have been as many as 200 people living in the building. The building was densely populated. The emergency services said that there were no regulations within the building. They have also heard from the council that the building should have been condemned, media reports said. Russia claimed it downed a Ukrainian drone that was flying towards Moscow. On the other hand, 6 members of the Ukrainian armed forces have been killed in an incident involving 2 helicopters while they were on a mission in eastern Ukraine, the military said. Meanwhile, Ukraine's forces advanced on the southern and eastern fronts during the 79th week of the country's war with Russia, reaching what experts believe to be the rear of Russia's first line of defense. But they also faced a Russian advance in the northeast that created a dilemma about where to field available troops. Ukrainian forces driving towards occupied Melitopol confirmed their recapture of Robotin, an important Russian stronghold in western Zaporizhia, which they entered on August the 20th. Donald Trump routinely overvalued his net worth by billions of dollars each year between 2011 and 2021, New York's Attorney General alleged on Wednesday. In documents filed in support of an ongoing $250 million civil suit against the former president, State Attorney General Letitia James claimed that Trump and some of his associates submitted grossly inflated numbers to banks and insurers to secure and maintain loans and insurance on more favorable terms. The scheme resulted in hundreds of millions of dollars in ill-gotten savings and profits, the documents alleged. James's lawsuit against the current Republican frontrunner in the 2024 presidential race dates back to last year when she accused Trump, some of his children, and the Trump Organization business of tax and financial fraud. The trial is due to start October the 2nd, with a preliminary hearing September the 22nd, though James, a Democrat, is seeking to have the court resolve the case before it goes to trial based on the documents submitted Wednesday. North Korea says it has fired 2 short-range tactical ballistic missiles to simulate nuclear strikes on military targets in South Korea. State media said the tests had been conducted as a warning against the U.S. deployment of strategic bombers to the region. South Korea reported 2 missiles landing in the sea. The launches coincide with annual joint military drills held by South Korea and the U.S. Pyongyang has long denounced the drills as a war rehearsal. The North's army said the missiles had been fired late on Wednesday in a tactical nuclear strike drill simulating scorched earth strikes at major command centers and operational airfields in South Korea. The drill is aimed to send a clear message to the enemies, the army added. At least 3 people have been killed as Hurricane Idalia slammed into the Florida coastline on Wednesday morning, sowing a path of destruction as it tore northward into Georgia and South Carolina. The Florida Highway Patrol described the 2 of the deaths as separate rain-related incidents. Idalia made landfall in Florida as a powerful Category 3 storm after briefly strengthening to a Category 4, the second highest level in the 5-tier wind scale. The cyclone had intensified rapidly. In less than a day, it had gone from a Category 1 storm into a major hurricane, leading the 4 states in its path, Florida, Georgia, South Carolina and North Carolina, to declare states of emergency. Some more international news in brief. Army officers who seized power in a coup in Gabon on Wednesday have named General Brice Oligui Nguema as the country's transitional leader. General Nguema was earlier carried triumphantly through the streets of the capital Libreville by his troops. Russia has vetoed efforts to keep a team of United Nations experts in Mali who had accused foreign fighters, a veiled reference to Russia's Wagner mercenary force, of involvement in widespread abuses in the military-run West African country. At the upcoming talks in Moscow, Turkish Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan is expected to suggest that the grain deal be resumed in its original format, a local diplomatic source told TASS on Thursday. China has issued the highest level of warning as Typhoon Saola, packing winds of more than 200 kilometers per hour, headed towards the southeastern coastline, threatening Hong Kong and other main manufacturing hubs in nearby Guangdong province. Malaysia celebrated the 66th anniversary of its independence with parades, fireworks and large-scale gatherings on Thursday under the theme of unifying ties between its diverse groups. Chief of Air Staff Air Chief Marshal Sheikh Abdul Hannan has urged the officers of the Air Force to work for the welfare of the nation with honesty, sincerity and dedication. He made the call while speaking as chief guest at the certificate awarding ceremony of the 123rd Junior Command and Staff Course at the Air Force Base, Cox's Bazar, today. The Chief of Air Staff emphasized on increasing the skill of Air Force officials in building a smart Bangladesh by 2041. 16 officers from Bangladesh Air Force and 1 officer from Royal Saudi Air Force have participated in this 13-week-long course. Member of Parliament Shaimum Sarwar Kamal, Air Officer Commanding of Air Force Base Cox's Bazar, Air Vice Marshal AKM Munirul Bahar, Officer Commanding of Command and Staff Training Institute Group Captain Mohammad Naushad Fatimi, and senior officials of the Air Force and high officials of local administration, among others, were present. Now weather. The Met Office in its weather forecast till 6 p.m. tomorrow said light to moderate rain or thunder showers accompanied by temporary gusty wind is likely to occur at many places over Chattogram and Sylhet divisions, at a few places over Mymensingh, Dhaka and Borishal divisions, and at 1 or 2 places over Rangpur, Rajshahi and Khulna divisions. Besides, moderately heavy falls are also likely at places over the country. Day temperature may fall slightly and night temperature may remain nearly unchanged over the country, said the Met Office. Now news on sports. Sri Lanka beat Bangladesh by 5 wickets in the Asia Cup cricket in Pallekele. Earlier, Bangladesh won the toss and decided to bat first. The Tigers were all out for 164 in 42 overs and 4 balls. Najmul Hussain Shanto scored 89 runs for Bangladesh. Mathisa Patirana bagged 4 wickets for Sri Lanka. In reply, Sri Lanka reached their victory target, losing 5 wickets. To end the news, here again are the main points. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina to inaugurate airport to Farmgate section of Dhaka elevated expressway on Saturday as the stretch is fully prepared for vehicular movement. Universal pension scheme creates ripple effect across the country as people across professions register for the financial security of common man. Student rally at historic Sorawadi Uddam tomorrow commemorating Bangabandhu and Bangamata. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina will attend the rally as chief guest. Militant and communal forces hatching conspiracy to oust legitimate government. World leaders can send specialists if they are alarmed over Dr. Yunus's case, says Obaidul Qadir. Dr. Hassan Mahmood holds meeting with the UK Minister for Media Affairs, Sir John Whittingdale, and discusses widening cooperation on resisting rumour and propaganda over social media. Fire engulfed building in Johannesburg, South Africa, killing 73 and wounding dozens more. And Sri Lanka beat Bangladesh by 5 wickets in Asia Cup cricket. That's all from the